Welcome back, Redskins Nation. First video in a little while. I'm not going to say sorry for the lack of uploads, because if I do that, then I'm probably going to have to say that for every video because of my horribly inconsistent uploading schedule. It really isn't a schedule at all. I just really make a video whenever I feel like it. And now that preseason's over, I'll probably be much more in the mood to make videos. Anyways, I'm just going to be pretty much giving a quick recap of the preseason and a little preview for week 1. Against the Philadelphia Eagles that I'm really hyped about because it's actually going to be on in my area. Woohoo! So, week 1 we got absolutely murdered by the Ravens. We didn't do squat against them. We got 3 points to 23. The defense did good in the first half. They didn't do so good in the second half. What else happened in that game? I'm trying to remember. In that game, thankfully that game and not more recently, the starting offense had 2 drives, and they managed like a total of 1 yard or something like that, or a little bit, not like 9 yards about, so that was pretty bad. 2 straight 3-and-outs, only 6 plays on 2 possessions. There's nothing worse than that, unless, you have 2 plays and they're both turnovers. So, yeah, 2 3-and-outs, that wasn't anything exciting, and the second-string offenses didn't convince anyone that they were any better, obviously. I'd say, for the most part, Samaje Perine had a lackluster preseason, but they gave him a shot to make the roster, obviously, because he's a third-round pick. We don't want to waste a pick so soon, because he's obviously very athletically talented and skilled, which we think can help us, obviously. As a good compliment to Fat Rob Kelly, who's getting a start. He's getting a start because he actually did pretty well against the Bengals, and I was really impressed by his performance. And Redskins today's MVP vote, he won that, rightfully so, because he pushed the pile multiple times, and though I was kind of leaning towards Perine as being the starter heading into the preseason, I think Fat Rob is going to be the better option at this point. Coming into his second season, there's no, you can't give up on him yet. And you know what? I'm glad we gave up on Matt Jones because, he was just lost in the shuffle, really, because Perine needed a chance because, remember, Matt Jones was a third-round pick a couple years ago, and we didn't waste him. With Alfred Morris as our starter, mind you. And, so, yeah, we're going to keep Perine around, see how he does. I really hope he makes some good plays, and obviously there's Chris Thompson and Mac Brown who happen to make the roster again because he happens to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneer killer in the annual Week 4 of preseason, because last 5 years we've faced the Bucs in preseason Week 4. Not last 5, because I know we faced the Jaguars in 2016 or 15. Yeah, it was 15. But we always face the Bucs in preseason. It is insane. So yeah, that's our backfield. We got Cousins as the quarterback. You all know about him. He's just gotta, What am I trying to say here? I mean, he's done decent, I'd say, but part of it is the receivers. Like Terrell Pryor's made a couple drops in preseason that he's got to fix. Kirk's made some bad throws, of course. Granted, every QB is going to make some bad throws here and there. Obviously, he has got to be careful with the football. Obviously, we got to play well in the fourth quarter, which we did not last year. We did not play well in the fourth quarter in almost every game except against Green Bay, except against who else? Who else did we not play? Who else did we play well against in the fourth quarter? I mean, am I right? I mean, I think we played well against the Eagles in the fourth quarter. Yeah, we did. Obviously, because we swept them for the second straight year. Cowboys obviously horrible in the fourth quarter. The Giants in Week 3 we played well in the fourth quarter, not Week 17. Cardinals and Panthers were horrible in the fourth quarter. Steelers game, we were behind the whole way. the Ravens game, we managed to squeak it out in the fourth quarter. We still, and that was a good win though. What else? Lions game we choked. Did we play the Vikings last year? I don't think we did. Hold on, my mom's just getting home right now. The window's right there. Yeah, it's easy to glance off. It's like in class when you're getting distracted. And speaking of class, freaking school's in a day. For me, at least. Sucks to be all of you've already started, but you know what? We're all going to have to start eventually, so. Yeah, we just got to be better as an offense. Terrell Pryor's got to really get in sync, and he even admitted that we're off to a slow start, obviously. And Jamison Crowder did nothing less than agree. We got to get the ball to Doxson. I think, is Reed still on the PUP? I think he is. No, he's not. Is he? I do not know. The biggest thing is Sua Cravens, because he's now considering retirement, I mean, obviously the players have to support him, pray for him, all that. The man's got a life outside of football, we know. The thing is, DeShazer Everett, I wouldn't mind him starting if Cravens decides to call it, but the fact that he was, as many people say, one of our most promising young players, a man who idolized Sean Taylor, who wore his number in college, who's playing on this team for Sean, it's like, how does he give up after one season? People have been, Junior Gillette, for example, has been through 2 straight ACL tears on 2 straight seasons, and he's finally healthy. Finally got him healthy. Can you believe it? I can't even believe he actually got to play a down in a Redskins uniform. He finally got to this preseason. I'm pretty sure, unless he didn't play. I think he played. That's all I'm going to go with right now. But 2 straight years, and he's still going. That's guts right there. And Cravens, he obviously, I don't think he's done it just yet. I really hope he's not. I want him to really grow and develop into a solid veteran player that'll be a Redskin for life. He'll be because he's now wearing number 30, he'll be like Sean's he'll be like Strong. LaRon Landry is who I'm talking about, because I remember the days of Sean Taylor and LaRon Landry. I love LaRon Landry, none less than the guy on my jersey, but Dirty 30 and Sean Taylor, they were the best safety tandem in the league from what I remember. Or at least one of the best Redskins safety tandems that I can ever remember. And, they're both hitting people. Sua shows a lot of promise, both of them, really. And so it's really hard to want him to give up, because think about that. On the other side of Sua, there's DJ Swearinger, who's now a team captain, and who's really been a good acquisition for us through free agency. And based on the way he's progressed with us in camp, it's really been a good signing. So if they can both be on the field at the same time, along with Josh Norman and Rashad Breeland, who hopefully manages to get better at those bang plays, we'll have a really good a really solid secondary that'll work for us. And with our front 7, with Zach Brown, Mason Foster, who's pretty underrated, obviously Ryan Anderson, Jonathan Allen. I'm pretty upset that we cut Joey Mbu. Phil Taylor's out for the season, which kind of also sucks. But we still got other guys like Matty Unitas coming into his second season, who can really have a breakout year if he manages to get in the rotation and earn some more reps and all that. Stacey McGee, obviously a lot of people aren't thrilled with his preseason, but he's a young player. He's talented. He was a pretty underrated signing. We got Terrell McClain on the rotation. We got Kerrigan, obviously, the heartbreaker on the edge. Trent Murphy, sad to say he's out for the season, but that doesn't mean we don't got no Preston Smith. That doesn't mean we're down and out. We got plenty of depth. We got plenty of O-line depth too, I'm pretty sure. We got Chase Roulier, who was thrusted into live action at center during the late preseason because of Spencer Long's injury. I don't know if Long's still out or not, but for as long as he's out, we're going to have to rely on Chase. Sean Laval is not really a fan favorite among Redskins fans. Unlike a lot of fan favorites who we cut, like Nico Marley, the grandson of the great Bob Marley, Maurice Harris, another fan favorite who we cut. We also cut Robert Davis, one of our draft picks. James Quick, who many people thought was going to beat up Brian Quick, but apparently Brian Quick got the roster spot and James Quick didn't. Did we trade Derek Carrier? I don't think we did. I know he's on the trade block, that's all I know. Because we have Jeremy Sprinkle, who's a promising young tight end. Obviously, Niles Paul, a great blocker. Vernon Davis, another great blocker, who really I thought was going to be a surprise cut last year, and he hasn't lost a step. That's why it's a good thing to have him. And obviously Jordan Reed when he's healthy, which is a big if, unfortunately, with him. It's like Rob Gronkowski, the greatest tight ends that you'll find. Just, it happens to the best of us, the injuries, it's terrible. But overall, I think this team should start off 1-0 for the first time in 5 years. Yeah, we've started 0-1 the past 5 years. Since 2012, we haven't been 1-0. And I think now is the time to change it, because we cannot lose against the Eagles, the team that we have swept 2 years in a row in Week 1 at home. So yeah, looking forward to it. We should be able to get some pressure on Carson Wentz, as we did last year that won us a game late in the fourth quarter. We should be able to get our receivers into the open field. We should be able to make good use of our weapons. Our line should be able to win their matchups. They should do much better than they did against Cincinnati, because we did a terrible job there, but we should do much better than that. And we should also, oh man, I don't know what to say about Nate Sudfeld, because now he's on their practice squad. He was pretty disappointed that we cut him, and you know what, rightfully so, because he had a rather solid end to preseason. He did pretty well. Of course, we have Colt McCoy, who got better as the preseason went along, but Nate Sudfeld did as well, and really, I didn't think that there was any reason to cut him, because he was only in his second season. He did pretty well for a late round pick last year, and if we ever needed him, we could count on him because of how reliable he showed to be in the Bucs game. He played like a game manager, and that's really that's really the kind of player we need, only a game manager. If our starting quarterback ever happens to get hurt, the least we can rely on is a game manager, right? Because we can't expect them to make any horrible mistakes, or we can't expect them to do anything huge, but we can't expect them to screw it all up in the long run. We can expect them to be reliable enough to count on, and that's really what a game manager is. So really, that's about it. Just please, Josh Norman, do not get burned by Alshon Jeffrey. If that happens, then, well, that's going to suck, and, we're just going to have to move on to the next play. And Josh Norman's just going to have to make sure he doesn't start talking trash, because, that's going to get him fined again. And obviously Breland, cannot get torched like he did against Antonio Brown at the beginning of last season. And safety's got to stay in their zones. Everybody's got to do their assignments. And really, this team needs to help out the coaching a little bit, because I've said time and time again, this coaching is soft and all that. But the players have a role to play in this too. So it's all up to the team. The coaches are part of the team. The players are part of the team. The management is part of the team. This has to be a team win, a promising win that moves us into the top 16 power rankings. And hopefully we stay that throughout the entire season. And most importantly, I know I probably said that more than once this video, but most importantly, we have to learn to fight through adversity, right? There's the word, adversity. Something that we haven't been able to deal with well these past few years, and this is the year that we gotta fight it. We gotta beat it, and if we don't, then Jay Gruden, he's gotta go. Simple as that. Because if he hasn't been proven that he's been able to beat adversity, then he should just hit the market, alright? So that's about it for this video. I'm going to close it out here. I'm not going to let it drag on for 5 more minutes like I've done most of the time in my videos. So, catch you on the flip side. I'll have the game recap after Sunday's game against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not going to call it a win just yet. But I'll see you guys then. Hail to the Redskins for life, and have a good day.